Whiskey Brothers.
Welcome to the Whiskey Brothers Podcast, episode 1054. We're your Whiskey Brothers, Slade, Jerry Wayne, Trey, Sam. One of the best trick plays I ever heard of in baseball was a play on the sound not matching what was happening. And it was one of the guys that was pitching, the guy would pitch and he'd throw a strike or whatever. And the guy that would be stealing the base, you'd have the guy trying to steal second. And the catcher would act like someone hit the ball. Somebody in the dugout, when the ball crossed the plate, would crack two bats together. And then the catcher would fling the ball up like it was a pop fly. Oh. And the runner, who doesn't see any of this because he's already mid-run, just hears crack and looks up and thinks he's got to go all the way back to first on a pop fly. Turns out the guy never made contact. He's out by a mile going back to first.
Oh, I'm sure they made that illegal quick.
Like a lot of work.
I'm
It would
sure
have
they
been
made
easier
that
just to learn
illegal
how to play
quick as well.
baseball.
Nah, I don't know, man. You're trying to pick a guy off from getting that extra stolen base, and everybody's on speed. When this guy steals, you crack the bats.
Hey, look, banging on shit to make a sound cue is why they almost took our World Series away. So I'm sure that's illegal.
We know it works.
Real
Greatest
fans
trick play
bang
ever
trash cans, sir.
Greatest trick play I ever saw in football. It was a kick return. I think it was Boise State because they're blue and orange or whatever. So the whole end zone was orange, and their jersey at that time were orange. So when they get set up for the kick return, one of the fucking kick returners laid down in the end zone, and he was fucking camouflaged.
He matched the field. I remember.
So they kick it. This guy gets it, whatever. He starts going back. Everybody keys in on this dude. This dude just fucking stands up and he tosses it.
I remember
He's
seeing
got
that
the
one.
whole field to himself.
I appreciate
nobody
that
saw him.
cleverness.
Oh hell yeah, dude! I love. One of my favorites is when when they line up and the quarterback fake calls the timeout. He just gets up and leaves the huddle and walks. Is like, I can't understand the play. And then they just snap it directly to the running back because the whole defense stands up going, okay, I guess there's no play. They snap it directly to the running back and he's like, bye.
Yeah, that was I think Johnny Manziel. I think that was Johnny Manziel.
That was been done a lot of times.
Yeah, I like that.
It's so much fun.
I like me some fuckery.
Trick plays in football are the best because it's like, dude, you're watching fucking like 280-pound alpha male athletes just go, huh? And you
Does
just
anybody
you
ever
just
like get
over.
away with it more than once though?
I think there's some clever managers
in
and
college
coaches.
football.
Because that would be hilarious. Like if
So-
somebody got away with the same trick in the same game like twice.
Sean Payton, the old coach of the Saints, he was notorious for trick plays. And then the coach of the Seahawks is notorious. But Sean Payton got away with one in the fucking Super Bowl. The Saints were playing the Colts. And just the game wasn't on the line or nothing. Just out of nowhere, they decided to do an onside kick, and they weren't ready for it. And it bounced off one of the dude's fucking helmet. It just went right back to a Saints player. And that was a Saints. That was Drew Brees' only Super Bowl win because he just decided he was
Caught
going,
it
hey,
off somebody's helmet.
fuck you. And they were like, wait, why? Because normally you only do an onside kick when it's like, yo, there's a minute to go. We're down by 3. We need this ball back. He did it in the middle of the game for no fucking reason, and no one ever saw it coming. And he just hit this dude right in the fucking face, and it bounces right back to a Saints player. And they're like, we got the ball back. And they still almost lost that game.
There should be trick plays in sports that you don't normally see. Like, where are the bowling trick plays? Where the guy does something distracting and everybody looks that way and you look back, all 10 pins have fallen.
I want to see the boxing trick plays.
UFC. I've looked this up in the rule book. It does not say you can't. How come when a guy has been laid out and some dude's got him in that fucking choke, how come he doesn't reach up and tickle this motherfucker's armpit?
Tickling should be allowed. I've said this.
It's not. There's no rule that says you
down
can't.
everything.
Just tickle this motherfucker's armpit, and he goes, ah! Hey, let's go. You turn around,
What
you
is-
just
right.
beat the dog shit out of him.
Is there a byline in there that says you can't stick your thumb in someone's butthole? Is there a,
You're not allowed. Well, I know you're not allowed to eye gouge, so I'm pretty sure the other one was.
Yeah, nobody say anything about butthole gouge. The Steve Irwin is perfectly acceptable.
it's a cloaca.
Look at him. He's beautiful.
And there's no nut shots. But like
right.
in the early UFC when there were no rules, there was one guy who he got this guy spread apart. He had one leg between his
I
legs.
think I remember
He had
that.
the
It
other
was
one like
just-
this, and he bashed him in the balls until the guy quit.
Yes, that was that. What the big Asian
How long
dude
did
or
it
something?
Yeah. Oh, I think the guy got like
Longer
6
than
or
it
7
should've.
shots.
Longer than
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going, how many
But
damage
I like
involved?
first hit.
You gotta-
All right, you win.
But
bitch.
think about it. You're laying there in that situation. What's going through your brain? The first hit comes. You go, well, I've already taken one hit. How many could he possibly do? And you think to yourself, maybe I could take a second one. Now you take the second one. At what point are you pot committed? At what point are you like, I'm in for a penny, in for a pounded?
I'm out
Like-
after the first hit.
Here's the
No, after the first
I'm
one, I
one
know it was-
smash
I know-
ball out.
I think so.
I know exactly what's going through that guy's head. After the first hit, the first thought was, I'm going to kill this motherfucker. Because, like, he just hit me in the balls. And then, because all guys, we all think, man, that's a dirty move in a fight. What people don't realize is fighting is dirty. The second you throw a swing at me, I can do whatever I want.
Oh, eat your eye.
Your nuts
Yeah,
are on it.
yeah.
I'll eat your eye.
Thank you for that one, brother. Yes, sir. But yeah, I can do whatever the fuck I want. But like after that first shot to the nuts, I think he was like, as soon as I get this leg free, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. Then the second one, he was like, okay, I really gotta get this leg free. And then the third one, he was like, what leg? I don't even think I have any legs. The fourth one, he probably passed out. The fifth one woke him up. And then on the sixth one, he was like, hey, ref, can you stop this, please?
Yeah, exactly.
I was watching a clip of some UFC fights the other day, and this dude chokes a guy out, and you can see him go limp, like while he's choking him out, in like standing up, and then drops the guy. The guy falls down and bounces off the mat, clearly limp and out. And the dude kind of hooks over him, and then the referee comes over there like, "Oh my god!" Like, where the fuck have you been, bro?
There was a guy named Matt Brown. He was fighting a guy named Pete Sell, and I'll never forget this fight because kudos to Matt Brown. Like they're it's not a title fight, but it's a #1 contender fight. Whoever wins this gets to go on for the title. He, boom, hits this guy Pete Sell so hard. Guy goes down. He gets on top of him, and he hits him a couple more times, and then he just gets up and was like, whatever. And Pete's like laying there with it. And then Pete stumbles back up to his feet, and the ref didn't call a fight. And Matt's like, look at him. And Pete's like stumbling towards him angrily, and Matt's like, look at it. And the ref's like, no, fight. And Matt, bro, you can hear him go, I'm not going to hit him again. And the ref's like, fight. And then he just goes up to him, and he goes on his forehead, and the guy falls down.
Yeah,
he gets back up, and Matt's like, I'm not. And then he just like open hand, just like spack, and then goes down. And then the ref finally goes, all right, but he was like literally trying to save
Referee
this
trying to
guy.
get that dude killed, though.
But the fighter is like, he's like, I'm in line for a title shot. I'm not gonna kill this guy, even though you want me to. But he's like, he's done. Just because he's standing up does not mean he's here.
It's amazing what that sport evolved to from, because it was
From
just
what it
originally
was.
like just
Barbarism.
dudes fighting each other in a ring, ruleless,
Butterbean. Yeah.
like Tank Abbott and all Dan Severn, those big dudes and the Gracies, but
And there was no time
no
limit.
weight class, right?
no weight
No weight
class,
class,
no nothing.
no
So,
time limit.
but it evolves into this suddenly sanctioned.
Dana White.
But those things become, and we were sort of talking about this off air, things that become sports out of like
Yeah.
beating the shit out of each other, not in a boxing ring, but
So-
just using all the weapons.
I was telling you, I got this. Hopefully, it comes up. But I got a chance to to commentate for the pillow fighting championship,
Which is a thing
it's a
now.
pillow fighting league.
The-
And I done got really into it, having to do all this research and everything and stuff
oh,
for
you
it.
poor tough
And
soul.
it's really
Is it male or female or co-op?
It's a co-op,
Okay.
not against each other, but they have ladies that fight each other, stuff like that.
So do they cheat? Do they shoot when they swing the pillow around and get a lumpy in the bottom?
No, so it's a you don't have to do
explain
that.
the-
It's a
explain the
standardized
Explain the process. What is
What do you
what is a pillow fight match?
pillow fight match. It's two people. Obviously, it's two people, and you got pillows. I don't know what the pillows weigh and what they're made of, but there's a
Everybody's
size.
got the same pillow.
But everybody's got the same size
Okay.
pillow.
You'll get to
just
bring
like-
your own pillow
Just like
from
in a
home.
boxing match where you wear the same size gloves, 8 or
Right.
12 or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So you got a pillow, and usually people in stuff that looks like UFC kind of gear.
Right.
And you swing at each other, all headshots, anything in the body or below the shoulders, that you don't get any points for that because it's based off a point system.
Right.
So it's only headshots. Just a simple headshot is 1 point. If you do a spinning hit, that's 3 points. If you knock somebody down, that's 5 points. So it's itchy. So sometimes you'll see people come in and they're just fucking like meleeing, like how you would do
You have a
like
pillow
in
in
a-
each hand.
You have one pillow. You have one pillow. You use one hand to block, but you can only block like here. You can't crossbar and then you have to stay 3 feet between each other. Like you can't be in close because that's how
COVID
you end up
rules?
hitting somebody with a. That's what I said. That's what I said. COVID rules, but you don't want to end up close and catching somebody with an actual punch trying to block and stuff like that.
Wow. And then there are rounds.
There's 2 rounds, two 90-second rounds. So the fights are 3 minutes, bro. The funniest thing is seeing how winded people get.
Yeah.
Quickly.
I'm just thinking
Like,
about
I'm
it. I'm like, that
talking
would
the
kill me.
fight, and then you don't get that much time. I think you get a minute in between rounds to
90
recover.
seconds of straight cardio
Yeah.
is sprint
It's
for 90
exactly,
seconds.
exactly.
And then breathe right.
Yeah. So, but the best fights are people that used to be in the MMA or UFC because they actually strategize. Because it's not just swinging; it's trying to
Feints
find the
and-
right angle.
yeah,
It's the same
openings.
as everything. So you're like, oh, this like real interesting. The only thing I'm waiting to see is like when it gets to a point where like it's like like a Mike Tyson of this league,
Right.
Like somebody that could just like boom, one hit and the person's out,
Yeah.
cold
Like-
fight.
Oh, it's
over
coming,
just
though.
a 7
Like a
second
troll
fight.
in The Hobbit.
Yeah,
It's when Brock Lesnar stops trying to make a name for himself in UFC.
Wouldn't that be something if pillow fighting turned out to be his thing?
Just fucking Lesnar stomping into the ring.
Does anybody go down? Like,
yeah. Now they've had a couple people get knocked like out of the not out of the
'Cause
ring,
I've
but
seen
underneath the ropes.
I've seen lately some clips from the slapping championship.
love
That
those.
one is insane. Now that I don't,
Do you
that
watch the Russian ones?
I legitimately don't understand. I don't even.
It's
I,
the
why
most
you would sign up.
terrifying thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And they pride themselves on the slow motion replay too, so you can see their whole face jiggle.
Come out of shape.
Just CGI
And the sweat.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Chalk
Yeah, oh,
explosion.
And their brain leave their body for
Sweat,
a
you
minute.
just see sweat coming from. Oh yeah.
I like that they make them put chalk in their hand. Like, let me
Yeah,
wet
yeah.
my hand up a little bit.
My
Let me,
favorite thing about it.
It's
I
so.
want some Crisco. I'm gonna fuck your face up.
I don't look watching the guys who
You
get
got
fucking
bacon
just
on side
KO.
of his face.
Watching the guys who just get KO from the slap is great.
Uh-huh.
I love the delay KO when the guy tries to play it off and he comes back. When he's bam, and he comes back to the podium and he looks and makes that mean mug, and then the knees just go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drifted. Oh my
I watched one today where he
Play
went
KO's the best.
he went straight down on his back, and his eyes were like, "What the fuck just happened to me?" And they picked him up, and he come back up on his feet, and he come right back to the podium, and he just
Concussion the game
and
show.
everybody else had walked away. It's over, bro. You lost.
Any sport, anything that requires damage to another human being, that I feel like they'll always sell. Like they don't
Yeah.
always like people.
Yeah.
We love seeing people.
Gladiators. It
Yeah.
goes
They're-
way back.
During the pandemic,
Night Fight.
me
was
and
the
this boy
show.
got hooked on a show called Night Fight.
People were putting on full suits of armor and
Oh, yeah,
grabbing swords and axes
Beating
and
the
getting
piss
in
out
the
of each
ring
other.
and beating the shit out of one another.
Yeah.
Three
It
on three.
sounded dumb. He calls me. He goes, look this up. Blah, blah, blah. Watch episode 1. Call me back. I call him back. I was like, bro, how far are you? He was like, I'm in episode 3. I was like, stop, watch it. So I got to 3, and I was like, all right, let's go together. And we were just
Yeah.
going, what the fuck? What? We had our
that's-
favorites picked out. We were playing some bets.
Exactly. Yeah.
Have you seen the Russian? They're like UFC type, where it's like 6 against 6,
Yes.
10 against 10,
Yes, it's
or 10
UFC,
against 4,
But group fight.
Oh, I ain't never.
and they
heard-
just
oh.
throw them all in a big ass ring, and it's just
6-on-6 street
Wow.
fight.
it's like battle royale if it was real,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay.
And it's brutal.
The new thing I just saw is, and I thought it was a joke. I think all things are Onion articles today
Yeah,
until
right,
they're
yeah.
not, and most of them are.
Is Onion even still real?
It's they're they're
I thought
trying.
Onion was the article. Now
I don't know how you outright the combat juggling.
yeah,
Oh,
I've seen
okay.
that shit.
Combat
It's hilarious.
Lay this on me. Describe this. to
juggle.
me.
It is juggling.
It's ninja shit. Though.
You're juggling. You're keeping pins in the air or what have you,
Combat juggling.
while
Running around on a soccer field.
while punching your fellow jugglers.
Well, you're okay. So the one they were using their juggling their
To
pins to knock the other one's pins
Yeah.
out. So
Yeah,
if he's
okay.
not juggling, he's out of the game.
Yes.
And you just see this motherfucker juggling, and he go, "Brap!"
You can not all of the.
Yeah.
But they're playing like soccer positions, like forwards and everything.
Oh, if you drop when you're juggling, you lose.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you're out. You're off the field, and they were like running backwards up the field.
Golly.
juggling.
It's amazing what slow foot white people can come up with. It's just,
So-
it's just like,
Oh, bro.
You haven't did good in the 100-meter dash in so long. You got motherfuckers juggling.
One night after Cap City, I was so hungover in Austin, and I was just walking around, and I walked by this basketball court, and it was like, you ever see something when you're kind of like fucked up in the morning, and you're like, well, I didn't just see what I thought I saw. I just need to turn around and look at it again. But I thought for a minute I saw dudes playing basketball in wheelchairs, which I know it's a thing. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, wow, is that really going on? But it wasn't. It was what are they called? Unicycles. Dudes on unicycles playing basketball in downtown Austin.
There's a guy in
Fuck
Portland,
you,
Oregon.
Austin.
Yeah, all white. All white guys.
That is out of the bounds of whiteness.
But have you ever seen two unicycle riders collide? It's delightful because they go down. There's no recovery like a bicycle. You're going
Their
down.
bones are weak because they're vegan.
Yeah.
There's a guy in Portland, Oregon, who in the morning, his morning stroll, he goes on a unicycle. He has 3 basketballs. It's like he's juggling them, but he dribbles them in front of him in a circle like that. And he rides a unicycle up and down this park. Like there's like a walk there or whatever. And everybody knows it. And people just get out of his way. And he's really fucking good at this shit.
I saw a dude do a layup on a unicycle with a bicycle. I was like,
I can't even. How do you do that?
It's like water polo. Remember we was
I
watching
know,
water polo
I
in the
know,
Olympics,
and they never
I
touched
was
the
like,
ground.
but
I
the
thought they were just
horses kept
standing.
drowning.
Yeah.
You was like, that's not what they're doing. You
Yeah,
like,
right.
bro, they're doing this thing with their legs.
I know.
I'll tell you how you do that, man. It's one of those guys who's like, man, I really love basketball. How can I play a game of basketball, be good at it, and not have to play against black people?
Yeah, 100%. It's all about
If I was just add a
segregation.
unicycle, it's like, oh, cool. It's just
I don't know,
us.
but here's what I
mean,
want
y'all
to see.
can play.
What I want to see next is sanctified
Sanctions.
sanctified
going on with
pillowcase basketball. Pillowcase your right hand, dribbling a ball in your left
Put a
hand.
pillowcase in a pillowcase. put a basketball in a
Next thing you see
pillowcase.
it in Austin, especially where his future is headed. Jetpack basketball. You see white dudes in jetpack.
Jetpack
I want to
pickleball.
dunk, but I don't want to do it with black people. I do this. It's the only way you dunking on black dudes.
Like fucking Mandalorian.
Yeah.
We gotta.
Because they
That's
tried it
Lieutenant
with the
Air Jordan.
trampolines, and then black dudes got on the trampoline and started doing flips
Slam
and shit,
ball.
and they were like,
Slam ball's coming back.
We can't.
Slam ball is coming back, but jetpack basketball.
I
So
feel
you
like
talk
that equalizes things.
Yeah.
That's
We
Yeah,
talk about like
equipment.
real sports and you see shit that's crazy. There was a video. It was these 2 dudes in Japan. They were Olympic fencers, right? And they put on their fencing gear, and they had it's a little ring with a balloon full of air in the middle. And all you had to do was get in and pop the balloon. And they wanted to show how much skill there was in fencing. They put them in this square, like a Call of Duty level. They sent 100 other motherfuckers at them with the same fucking swords, and they all had the balloons. And these 2 dudes take out 100 fucking people.
Oh, it's Nintendo Samurai. That's the game.
Yeah, but
That was Wii U
100
Samurai. That's how you played it. Everybody had
100
balloons
on
on them.
2.
and-
Nice.
Yeah.
100 on 2, and these motherfuckers real life just clank, clank, pop, pop. And
On
once you
guard,
once they popped
touche.
you had to get out. And then it got down to where it was like one dude against the 2 of them, and you see him just sit there like, the fuck am I supposed to do?
Just drops his sword and runs.
God,
Very
yeah.
Indiana Jones
I
like.
would walk up to them and set it down at their feet.
And bow.
Now I would harikari and pop my own balloon. Like, fuck this.
You ever think about how
Just
you
walk
would,
up with the sword.
I'm going on my way. Yeah.
how long you would actually make it in like a real life Greek battle or some shit? Like,
Oh man, yeah.
you know what I mean?
I've
Like,
had
what do
thoughts
you?
like
What would
that.
your
Gladiator?
if you were in 300 or whatever, just a battle where it's army against army, where the Lord
Oh,
of
I
the
would
Rings,
have lasted just as
Braveheart.
long until I started falling backwards down that well.
So that's
Probably that first good 300 kick.
that's. How long would you make it in the actual battle? What would your strategy be?
I'm a bitch. When they say archers, I'm one of them. And I let them motherfuckers go in and do all the infantry work. And when they're losing, me and my bow are going home.
Fair.
I don't know what they call. I don't even know the titles, but I want to be down like in the heat of it, because I would just be hitting
Infantry.
I'd just be hitting shit.
I won't be one of them people with that real long ass spear. You know what I mean? So I got a sporting chance keeping you away from getting to me.
That was still infantry because when the spears broke, and then once they got the people with the first wing
Yeah,
spears,
I ain't gonna
they
break
just
my
pulled out
spear,
their
Sam.
sword.
That's how I keep people off me.
The spear was a cavalry defense. Once they sit in the horses, you got the
stick
spears
it,
up,
they go,
so you got them, and then once they fell and the horse fell on top of them, you walk up, you stab them.
It's so wild for like hundreds of years in battle and warfare when they would rush for the cavalry. These guys with long spears. That's where the name Longmire comes from. That's what it means. Is Longmire is a long spear, and so these guys with the long spears would
Maybe he's born with it.
bust up the long spear, right? And stop the horses. And then for 100 years, people just kept riding horses into these fucking spears. Like, why did it take so long for them to go, hey, this is piss poor I fucking did? You know what I mean? We had lost a mess of horses
What
over
if
the
it
last
turns out
5
your
years.
family didn't do any of that shit? You just got one great uncle with a big dick. You know what I mean?
That would add up. Based off the DNAs.
Does that show up in the ancestry?
Yeah, your dick
Like,
size.
you come
Yeah,
from,
it's
you get long dicks
right there. It's like you're 78% UK and Wales and 30% big dick.
30% Africa.
Y'all ain't the only ones.
The big dick part right here. Okay.
Yeah, that's all I remember. I remember watching combat juggling, and then I'm happy
watching
you're
combat
doing.
juggling
I'm watching you're
tonight.
doing. I'm
I
happy
wanna
you're
watch
doing
the pillowcase
pillowcases.
stuff. I want to
Yeah,
hear Trey's commentary is going to be so
So
funny.
what do you get
anyways.
to say? Anything?
I gotta send my reel in first.
So do you
because
have to imagine, or you do this over previous fights?
That's what I gotta do for now.
Commentate
I
previous
gotta
fights. Have
tape
you had
that,
any?
dude.
Have you had any gems roll off your tongue? Anything?
What
You're
you
like,
mean?
I wrote the best pillow fight joke.
Oh no, I'm not doing. No, I'm gonna act. What I actually, I'll tell y'all what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to do both. This is bad. Y'all gotta talk. This shit's bad. I might have a nosebleed coming. So, and it's not from cocaine.
Yeah. I figured your allergies.
Yes, he'll go grab something real quick. I get to reimagine what he gets to really do for the job.
Nah.
It's at any point. So it sounds like it's like really closer to MMA than lingerie football.
Imagine Trey going, that bitch just got Sealy Posturepedic. Like,
You know, one of the
pillow jokes.
One of the great treats I ever experienced in life was watching Danny Rios call roller derby.
Yes. I went once.
I didn't give a shit about roller derby, but Danny was so funny. It was
I went
so
once,
worth.
and the two announcers were him and Eric Diekman.
Yes, me
And
too.
just those two, the odd couple. Eric Diekman. Yeah, I mean, she really. And she's going and she's in the. And Danny Rios was fun. Period.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was just a fun guy.
You're not gonna have a bad time around him
Fuck
unless
no,
you're a couch.
never.
He's being
To listeners who aren't familiar with Houston's funniest person, Danny Rios, a winner in I think 2006. I judged that year. That was a good year.
So what I'm actually gonna try to do
Yes.
is I'm gonna try to do both parts. I'm gonna try to do the play-by-play
And
the color commentary. So I'll just do like me doing that way. It just gives me.
Have you ever done play-by-play at all with any
Yeah,
sport?
I've done play-by-play for like
What color are you gonna use?
I shouldn't like
Fuck
that.
you, Jerry.
I really shouldn't like that. That was fucking-
I'm gonna blue. But anyway,
That's what I was expecting.
blue. No. What I'm
Fuck this bitch. She
Well,
just got taken out.
what I'm actually gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to do both. Oh, you asked me have I ever done it before?
Yeah.
For like church league stuff.
Okay.
You know, and I get
Is that-
serious. I
is-
do
is that-
research and I try to like.
Be good
That's
at
what
it.
I'm doing. So
Is that something that's or you feel comfortable doing? Because if I tried to comment over a baseball game or a football, I think I would be a tragic failure.
Yeah.
Like I can see myself doing that very.
I think I could do a race.
And another left.
Well, no, there's a lot
And a
more than
left.
that.
Race.
Like stock car racing,
Stock car, okay,
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like okay. Well,
dirt track, NASCAR, something like
I
that.
get too passionate about sports, man. I couldn't do it.
Oh,
Like, no, there's no way I would not cuss. Like if I was commenting an NFL game and a guy got lit up on a kick return, I'm like, bro, you just got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah,
like it's
something
gonna
like that.
That's the
happen.
fun part about dirt
Or
track. You're
just,
allowed to
oh
curse.
shit.
So I am interested in seeing like getting into like a live one and seeing how I would react to it.
So you're gonna be like breaking it down like Rogan.
Yeah,
Did you
because
see
that's
the
what
angle of that
exactly,
pillow, the
because
way it
that's-
come off his shoulder?
I was doing
There's
it at
no
home.
stopping that.
I was doing it at home, and my lady was like, "Yo, you like."
You gonna figure the
She's
physics
like,
out.
"You're gonna do this." She's like, "Definitely do this." She's like, "Look how." She's like, "This is stupid to me."
I'm excited
but
for
you're
it.
passionate about
Do
it.
the moves have names?
The moves do have names, and it's like,
Do you get to name any of them?
No. Oh, that's funny.
Look, this
will.
is Sammy Sosa.
You will though. You're in groundbreaking territory.
I can't. That's,
no
what-
one's
that's,
ever.
that's how.
You're Joe Rogan.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, so they do have names, but it is like I do know a little bit about boxing. I know a little bit about the foundation of just combat, just fighting.
Right.
So you see all of those fundamentals, like even with
Footwork
it's just
and
with a
the-
pillow
yeah.
and stuff. So I can't wait to do, and I'm open to doing everything, post interview, everything. I want to just like do. I just want to be in that world because it's so interesting to me. It's just the strangest thing. And it looks like it's like a retirement, so like the big three, how ex-basketball players go. They play there. They still got skill, but they can't necessarily go full court.
Right.
That's what this seems like. Like people that used to could fight, but hey, like you don't want to do too much trauma to your head. So it's pillow fighting, but you still gotta like be strategic.
So it's like boomers playing pickleball now.
Oh man, this sport right here.
I still don't know what pickleball is.
It's like
It's-
mini tennis.
It's been that's what that or big ping pong.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
That's
can we
what it is.
can we then say that no one invented it? It's just they just
Well, yeah, because
played it at a different
It's gotten real
size.
big amongst boomers with bad knees that used to play tennis.
because you're playing
Because you're not
close
having to
in.
run back and forth across
So
the
you
floor.
just
So when you say like don't want to invent it because there's,
Wait,
it's
what?
close. It's close to tennis. It's close to ping pong.
Okay.
I asked this when I was in Canada because I watched more hockey the past week than I ever have. Was hockey?
I mean, it took you long enough to get to my side of the white table. Like that's fucking weird. I can't do
I
all
had
the
no
bands,
choice. It's-
but I've been on hockey. Well, I've been on hockey as long as you've been listening to metal and shit. That's so fucking funny to me.
Since birth.
Yeah, right.
So wait, was hockey or soccer first?
Football.
I couldn't tell you.
Because football
Yeah.
was with people's heads. Like literally, the
Mayans
the
were-
kicking and shit. That was like you'd behead somebody and to like basically humiliate the people that you did this to. You would kick it around and try to
and
score.
they would
That's where
blow
that came from.
vuvuzelas and the whole thing.
Yeah.
You imagine catching somebody's forehead, like a good solid kick, like a goal kick, and you catch that forehead meat.
But imagine though that's normal, and you just bring your kid there hoping he brings a glove, hoping he catches a head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Catch a foul head.
That's so
You want
funny.
you want him over there by
We're
him.
making tacos.
Go
Look
by
at
the
here.
hill and you can catch the head. That's
playing
the-
tonight.
Is it still called barbacoa if it's a human?
It's barbacoa,
It's
I
a
believe
cheap
is what they do.
What's your question about hockey?
I was just like, 'cause this girl was up there and she was like, I don't understand hockey. I go, do you understand soccer? She's like, what? I go, it's soccer on ice. I'm like, it's kind of basketball. It's just we black people were like, we're gonna put jumping into it.
Yeah.
So
So they have what do you call hieroglyphics or whatever. They have that. They had that of people looking like what they played was hockey. They had these long sticks because it was all on foot. Like it was basically all like pond hockey and stuff like that. It
Yeah.
was all like in the street or dirt or whatever. But then like being in Canada when these things were frozen and stuff like that, nobody really knew what to do. That's how it kind of evolved into that.
Yeah.
And-
Same game.
What's
Same
that
game,
that
same
other
game.
game all the rich white kids play?
Polo?
With the little
Oh,
lacrosse.
lacrosse is.
and
I love
that's
the
lacrosse.
from
Wow.
Native Americans. But have you ever they still get together up in New York? These Native American teams,
Okay.
First Nation teams, and they play old school lacrosse with these sticks, and they hit each other with them,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they got leather
Wow.
bindings.
Dude,
I like
it's
lacrosse.
violent, and
It's
the ball's
a-
hard. It's as hard, mean
it's
little.
a rich white kids game because they've intentionally kept it away from black guys. When black guys really get it. When black guys really get an understanding of lacrosse, white people are losing that.
Well, you got-
sport
first of
quicker
all,
than they
I
want.
don't
have to
know.
go-
Y'all might run into a wall against the Iroquois.
Well,
Them
you
dudes
gotta
been
go to
playing
a
it for
school
600
that has
years.
lacrosse. You gotta go to a school that has
That's what I'm
lacrosse.
saying.
You know what I
That's
mean?
why they keep it. They keep it out of Compton High School. They don't want this.
They got it at Rice, though.
You know, like one of the like most legendary lacrosse players in this fucking country was Jim Brown.
No, I
Yes,
did not know
100%.
that.
Oh, so
Jim
all
Brown's
of
like
them
the
played
greatest
that.
But
lacrosse player.
that's terrifying.
Exactly
the NFL,
right.
the NFL paid money, and so Jim Brown was like, "I'm gonna go play the NFL." But like, all through
He
school.
played lacrosse in Syracuse, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
He was,
That's where,
And he was fucking unstoppable.
Yeah, no, you
So-
are
Well,
100% right,
he's Jim
100%
Brown.
yeah, exactly. But do you know
Jim
how-
Brown made Richard Pryor get clean. You know what I mean? That's how bad Jim Brown is.
Dude, Jim Brown was walking up to Bloods and Crips going, y'all need to stop that. And they stopped that. he was
Settle down.
Jim
Pump the
fucking
brakes.
Brown.
I'll slap
And
the
also,
shit out of you.
you know when the UFC started, he was the color commentator.
No, I did not
UFC
know
like
that.
1, 2, and 3. Jim Brown was the color commentator. But yeah, no, Jim Brown, like, they're looking up. Apparently, he was, like, his stats are out of this world.
Yeah,
he was
that's-
the most amazing
That
lacrosse
totally
player.
slipped my mind.
But then the NFL was like, hey, we'll give you money. And he was like, well, you can keep this
Jim
stick.
Brown likes money.
Yeah.
Jim Brown's going to go get some money.
But like you said,
I don't know why I turned him into Shaq. It just sounded fun.
as good as he was in the NFL,
That was
like,
totally Shaq. Or Barkley, but it was right. It was in there.
he's right in there. Yeah.
as good as he was in the NFL, like him with a stick on a lacrosse field.
That's
in front of
terrifying.
it,
That's
it's
terrifying.
completely terrifying.
You catch his stick in your calf, you're done,
So
bro.
what do we need
you
to
got
do
a broke
to diversify
Achilles.
the sport?
Well, one, ain't nobody going to that shit.
Yeah.
That's, I mean,
Ain't no money in it.
Well,
Ain't no
one,
money.
and how do you diversify the sport? You got to make it available around. That's why it's easy. You got a basketball, you got a football, and you just get other people. It's cheap. It's easy to.
That's why
Lacrosse.
soccer's the biggest thing in
Yeah,
the world.
that's why
Lacrosse
it's
pads
been
and
one
sticks.
black golfer, really. It's a few of them, but it's really been one dude.
Do y'all
That
claim
was raised
BJ
in.
That
Singh?
was Michael Jackson. He got
Yeah.
Joe Jackson in the golf. So it's like, but it's not as available. You can't, and then ain't nobody will go that shit.
And when you say
We
nobody,
barely watch women play.
you say nobody watches it, dude. All you gotta do is get one black dude who does trick plays or whatever. And when you have the and one lacrosse tour,
That's good.
there's
Because
the money. The money's coming because the viewers are gonna come.
So where's the black lacrosse player on TikTok doing the moves?
Might be somewhere.
He's probably on there.
Hope he don't go to Duke University.
Let's.
We might not know in a couple days if they ban TikTok,
We
but
should-
he's on there.
Yes, we should find him and we should exalt him. We should
Okay.
make him. We should push him out into the public eye.
Yeah.
More people should see this lacrosse player. doing
He'll
trick
make
plays.
highlights on ESPN. They show him.
Black lacrosse player, that's one of my favorite things on the internet right now. Is all the white boys on TikTok and on Instagram Reels doing these crazy trick dunks, and it's like it's so great because there's no defender, and it's
Oh,
they're like,
that's so
they're like, how can I make money doing dunks?
Yeah,
Oh, I can do it because
As long as there's nobody to stop me.
There's no fucking Giannis going, sit your white ass down. It's just-
True.
Yeah.
it's so great. I'm like, oh, this is adorable. This is
There's
absolutely
actually a
fucking
bunch
adorable.
of drama though, because one of the big famous white boy dunk kings
Mac McClung.
went after a black dude that's been showing all his dunks and stuff and started saying he was faked them and all this, like just went on the attack after the guy. And the guy has proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that they're not faked. Everything he's doing is real. And the guy just constantly keeps smacking. So there's like this huge, big
That's funny.
embroiled
He's
battle.
got the
between
Vanity
these
Fair
people.
version of this shit.
Yeah. Well, I don't know enough
I don't know
about-
the sport, but the
no.
gossip.
Yeah, no, exactly. That is exactly,
He's
yes.
like, I know about the beef. I don't know.
I follow the beef. I don't. That's been my motto my whole life. I follow the beef.
There was this one white dude who did an amazing dunk, and he uploaded to TikTok. It's fucking dope, right? Immediately, a guy gets more views because he goes, I want you to look at that chair that's right there, that chair right there. But he stops and goes, "Brrr." He goes, that goes only 8 feet. he gets more views than the amazing dunk did because he was like,
I'm
he
gonna
dropped
break
the
it
fucking
down.
goal to 8 feet. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, motherfucker, I could dunk on 8 feet.
yeah.
Are there still? Because I think about this in other sports too, like BMX or motocross, all those things.
Okay.
Are there new tricks still to be like? Can
Dude,
you
there-
invent a dunk that hasn't been done yet?
Well,
No,
let me tell you, there
during
are
All-Star
skateboarders
Weekend-
coming up with new shit, which I thought was
Yes.
impossible.
That's
Yes.
You know,
That's
And-
what
Like
I'm
during
asking.
the NBA All-Star Weekend, the dunk contest sucks now because it's unless you're gonna add pyrotechnics or a fucking tiger,
Well,
it's just not happening anymore.
I like to watch that dude like jumps over cars and shit.
But
Does
that's
it.
Blake Griffin did that.
Makes it a
and,
spectacle,
And like
you know?
that's what you had to go to. I had to park the
Yeah.
fucking Kia there and go over the Kia.
Once Jordan
like, the
jumped
guy-
from the free throw line, and once Dominique Wilkins did the windmill.
Well, no,
everything-
it's been like no, cause see, like
What they doing? Triple under
advances.
the legs?
Well, like Vince Carter, like, all right, you doing let's say you do a
Vince
windmill,
was
but Vince
cheap.
Carter did like the reverse 360 windmill. So it's
Modified
like
it.
you're doing stuff like that. You got people like Zach Levine, and that was the last good one. Zach Levine and Aaron Gordon, they had stuff. The main thing with the dunk contest, why it sucks, is that one, they gotta get whatever your dunk is, like the best one, you gotta get that one in, and you gotta get it in the first attempt. Because if it's like what made it go bad, they started having like you have 2 minutes to dunk. No, they had the attempts, and then you got 2 minutes to dunk. So it was, I mean, by the time the guy landed it, it was very like it was
Seen
like
all
golf
the-
claps.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Next.
yeah, it was like that. So, but no, they have new dunks because they got people that like.
Has anybody ever done a flip and
I
dunked
haven't in the
Not
NBA
without
dunk
trampoline, I
contest.
don't think.
with no trampoline?
In the NBA dunk contest, no. But all this street stuff, like he's saying, possibly.
But there was a one dude in the dunk contest who he had them put a ball like right there on the rim where it was up against the backboard and he was sandwiched there. And he went up, did some crazy dunk, hit his, and then grabbed that one out of there and hit another one. And then there was, I think it was Vince who went up and he did like between the legs or whatever. And as he was in the air, someone threw him another ball, so he got two.
Oh no, that was I know who you talking
was
about.
that?
I think that was J.R. Smith.
It might have been
Did
J.R.
that.
Smith.
That was an All-Star game in Houston, I believe.
Who, by the way, J.R. Smith.
Your favorite golfer?
No.
Because he plays golf. He fucking sucks.
For Syracuse?
It wasn't even that. It wasn't even that. It was like when Cleveland won that championship.
Oh, yeah. He
I
was
wanted him to win every year because he didn't put a shirt on for like a month and
Yeah.
was just walking around everywhere with a bottle of champagne and shirtless. And I was like, this guy deserves to win every championship ever. And no one stopped it because he was like, and remember, because he fucked up that play with the fake timeout.
But-
He almost cost them the entire championship, and then
Yeah.
they ended up winning, so he got redeemed. And he just didn't put on his shirt, and he had a bottle of Cristal in his hand everywhere he went. Like when they went to go meet the president, this
He was
motherfucker,
just shirtless. Yeah,
no
he was-
shirt.
Yeah, no shirt.
I was like, I want to see him win all the time.
One of the rabbit holes I will go down on TikTok though are the trick archery shots. The
Ooh.
bow people.
So what?
That sounds fun.
Dude, and most of them are female. Most of the really good ones are
Like
women.
the girl who can stand on her hands and shoot with her feet?
Well, dude, she ain't nothing now. There's people doing flips off cars and shooting through 6 little rings
Well,
and dude,
I
you
thought
know,
you was
Fucking
gonna say-
Hawkeye.
yeah,
I thought
dude,
they
it's
was
insane,
arching
bro.
out their pussy. I thought you was gonna say that.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck the feet. It's coming
That
out
may
the
be
pussy.
well. I don't know.
Ha! Fucking bullseye.
You know
That'll
Hong
get us
Kong, I
another.
bet
That'll
you-
get us another congressional hearing, Trey.
It's a blowgun.
Yeah.
You go somewhere in Asia, I guarantee you.
The
That.
ping pong.
Somebody's
Yeah.
doing it. Yes.
Ping pong ball
Couple of
lady.
years,
Yeah.
that happens.
So they're doing like real Hawkeyes, like jumping.
Way more
shooting,
than Hawkeye you've ever seen Hawkeye do. Jeremy Renner should quit.
and it's
No, he almost did.
Yeah.
and it's real.
Yeah. Oh, it's dude. They get in big drama, accusing each other of faking it, so they have to go prove how they
want
do
the
it.
gossip.
Drama.
Yeah.
Jerry there for the gossip.
Yeah, yeah. I should run a
don't
gossip
understand about
tabloid.
sports. What are you mad at?
What are you mad about?
He's using illegal feathers in his flights.
Illegal feathers.
That's-
Yeah, it's wild, man. Some of that stuff is incredible that
gotta write
people
down
can do
Big
illegal
that.
archery sounds fun.
That's
Illegal
hilarious. Illegal feathers is funny.
So we're not talking about Jim Brown.
Sounds like a
We're-
slur.
Yeah, it does.
What was-
Have you ever seen the shotgun competitions
Mm-hmm.
where they fucking do it? Do you know who is one of the most legendary shotgunners in the fucking world?
Jim Brown.
Keanu Reeves.
That's not surprising me because he's done so much tactical training and shit for the Wick movies and shit.
So you know how when you load like a pump shotgun, like you got a tube, he can put 4 shells in one hand, just go, and just be ready to roll.
I've seen him run those drills on the ranges, and he's insane.
Yeah,
You know,
because apparently Keanu Reeves is a bit of a recluse, and part of being a recluse and having all that money, he's like Batman. Like if he sees something that he likes, he just goes, "I'm gonna go do that," and he spends all his time and energy doing that, and he gets really good at it, and then he'll go out and he'll prove that he's good at it, and then he just goes home again and just how to make it as a John Wick movie. Like,
why is this dread bigger than all the rest? Is that like the one dread?
Oh, okay, so this one actually.
It's the one he jerks off with. That was stupid. I was just said that.
That's actually very good.
It don't reach, Trey. No.
I have a
You got to
fucking
take a
beard.
rib
He's
out.
got to do that Marilyn Manson.
It's the bottom corner, and I remember the day she put them in, and they're all uniform, but she started on this side. She went side to side to side to side. This is the last one she did. I think this bitch was tired of my big ass head.
Yeah.
And she was like,
That's-
whatever hair is left is going
Y'all
into this
don't know.
motherfucker.
He can, it's like
No,
this
it's-
big
it's-
around,
it
bro.
is. It's huge.
It's a whip. It's
I think she got to the end and she was like, I am fucking done with this boy's big ass head.
I just thought like that was your special one. Like
It's lucky.
It's the last
But
one
you
she
should
fucking
dye
did.
that one.
Something-
It's so big.
She
It
could have
should-
split
it should-
that one out.
It should have like tiger skin or
Right,
something.
you
like,
should
know
be
what I mean? A
standing
tiger
outside
pattern. I'm
making
sorry.
sure unwanted people don't get into Jabba's palace.
Yeah,
And the funny thing is, like, it didn't have any gray in it.
that's dope. Oh no, yeah.
I love fucking with my daughter because she's like, "You're old," and I go, "You see how my gray starts here?" I go, "That's when you were born." I go, see how all of this is black, and then all of a sudden it starts to get gray. That's the day you said, "Daddy," and you can talk. And I was like, "This bitch won't shut up." So,
You never died. You never died him.
bro, I thought about it, and because I wanted to do that, and I wanted to do the beard. I wanted to just see what it all looked like when it was black one more time. And my dread guy was like, he goes, "Dude, your hair is so thick, and like, you see when they get longer, like how this is kind of reddish and it's not even black anymore." He was like, "To get all your hair one color," he goes, "It's gonna be like $600 worth of dye alone." And he goes, and then for my
Just for the
time,
parts.
yeah, he was like, for
That ain't even
labor-
labor for the labor. Yeah,
But he was like for labor, so he was like,
It would-
bro, he goes, "If you got a G, I can make you look like you're 25 again."
Yeah.
it would probably be easier just to dunk you in it and clean it off your face.
The problem is,
Magic eraser, just go to town.
the problem is that and I think I've said this many times on the podcast before. I said I don't even want to go all black. I hate going gray in phases. Like I want all this shit white. I want to look like those twins from the Matrix.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want, dude. If all this shit
Billy
was
Ocean.
white, I think it'd be dope as fuck.
Just
Can't you-
white locks.
What do you need? You just need to be scared one really good time, right? That just shocks
Why
everything.
do you think I watch so many horror movies?
You can spray vinegar on it.
Yeah, put you in a dryer.
Would you ever dye your hair?
I did one time when I was younger, red.
Just like
It was just kind of red. I let this chick do it
Like
when I was
candy
like in my
apple red?
20s.
We talking that?
No, it was like a kind of orangey red.
Okay, yeah.
I was pretty blonde when I was younger, so stuff like that didn't take very
I've
well.
dyed my hair orange too many times.
Dennis Rodman
Like
orange,
accident. Yeah, like
bleached,
I left a red. Yeah, I left a red in like too long. I'm
and
like,
it just chemically fried you.
dog. I'm sitting there watching the game, and I'm like, oh, about 20 minutes. It's a 12-minute quarter. I'll come. Just lost track of time. Then I went and took that shit off, and it was just like completely orange, like Whataburger orange.
What'd you do?
I fucking wore a do-rag for like like 3 weeks, dog. Like I worked, and this is the time I worked at a warehouse, so it was just all degenerate, old, bitter. They couldn't wait to see that orange hair, and just the light into me. And this old dude named Anthony, he was like, "Come on, man!" He said, "Oh, you didn't cut your hair," because at first I had my afro, so it was you couldn't really tell. It was very like, you know what I mean. So I was like, I gotta cut this off because it's just too much. So when I cut it off, I don't know why I thought it was gonna be black underneath. I'm thinking all the oranges up here. I'm gonna cut this off. Gonna get back to the roots. And bro, it was just like I said. I look like a crushed soda. And
I did orange once. I did red.
Yeah.
I did purple. I did hot pink. I had hot pink afro, hot pink chops, everything, and the full goatee.
what the fuck was you going through?
That's how I met Marilyn Manson. They had a manic,
Okay.
They had a Manic Panic contest. And
Yeah.
if you did something cool with your shit with Manic Panic, because that's the first album he was supposed to be Manic Panic, and they're like, do something cool.
What's
submit a
Manic
photo.
Panic? Hair dye?
Manic Panic was like
What is
when
that?
everybody started dying there in the 90s. That was the
Oh,
the
okay.
dye company.
Ah.
So he's sponsored by Manic Panic. And I was like, this dude's weird, and I kind of like his music, so let's see if I can fucking spit this thing. So I went hot pink, eyebrows, all that. I had to do that, lean over the bed, So I would look like fucking like Shaft, but it was all hot pink. And I stood that. And I met Marilyn Manson when I was 17 years old, and he got me fucked up.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, then I had the big fro, and I dyed it all bright red,
Yeah.
and my goatee was red. And then right before I cut it, I shaved out the top so it looked like a clown. So I had the big red.
All I'm imagining is you with that hot pink shit trying to sit at Thanksgiving with your family.
I never did that. No,
okay.
I got out of going to church whenever I did fuck this shit. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, you can stay asleep.
Yeah,
Like, she didn't-
exactly.
She didn't want me to see with me.
Because she didn't want to have those conversations.
hell no.
Exactly.
The goal is not to hide the hair, Trey. It's
Yeah.
to dye the hair.
But one,
That's
year,
how you.
one year Thanksgiving, everything was
Mr.
shaved.
Barris, I think your baby's about to get some track lighting.
One year Thanksgiving, everything was shaved, but I had a purple goatee, and I came, and that was just, even I didn't want to be there because I stopped. I didn't want to answer questions about it anymore. But one year, like right before school let out, I had my fro and blue black. You remember that shit? Where it was the black, but in the sun it was blue. I just dyed my hair blue black, and so when you were indoors, it just looked like a regular dude with black hair, or whatever. Then you go outside and smoke, and the sun would hit my shit, and they're like, "Why is this brother head blue?" And I would just sit there and be sitting there smoking cigarettes and watch people like try not to say something.
Yeah.
And it felt so good.
What do you think most shocking? Somebody going bald head hair, or like just clean shaven. When somebody does that move, which was more
The clean shaven one for me is the big one because
Yeah.
generally I know your head shape. It's your hair on top of your head. I can guess.
Yeah.
But that beard,
My kids
Bro,
have
you
never
could-
seen me without a
it
beard.
would
Must say, if
probably
I shaved, it would terrify.
terrify.
Yeah.
you find out people
and y'all would find out how much I look like John Candy.
Yeah, I remember you.
Oh, he's a big baby.
But chicken's working back there. Chicken, if you came in clean shaven, I would probably
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
Oh no, we would send you right the fuck back out the door.
Or he
No.
would definitely tell you he doesn't have any spare cigarettes.
I've done it since I've been a little girl. I did it once in 1997 for a role in a play, and then I did it again in 2014 for a Halloween costume. I was Michonne from The Walking Dead, so I cut it. And other than that, like no one has ever seen my chin. And those pictures are out there, but I try to bury them on Facebook, like remove tag. Like, I don't want
Mine are out there. I ran with no beard for almost my
Your
whole
beard's a
life.
mistake.
It is. It was an accident.
Yeah,
I grew it because I didn't have a razor, and
Yeah.
then
And the whole tour was like, keep it. You were like, as soon as I get my razor, we were like, fuck
this shit's
you.
gotta go.
Then, matter of fact, they brought your luggage 2 days earlier, and we just hid it from you.
We like he's
hysterical.
keeping the beard.
but I can't imagine
Bit with taking it off.
being beardless. I see the pictures of it, and I'm like, what was I thinking?
no, it's
It's
crazy.
Who's that
it was.
kid?
But what he didn't
Yeah.
tell you is that, like, and just like me, so I always rocked the goatee because it used to grow in patchy around here on the sides
do.
or whatever. And mine was an accident too when I realized it would grow full. And you didn't do it
Yeah.
for the same reason. And
I
then
thought
when
it didn't grow in.
Yeah, and then when,
Okay.
when
Well, you
we
reach an
lost the
age
razor-
where it starts growing a little better too.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Let's be honest
soon
with you.
enough, when the body starts producing nose hair, they're like, yeah, we're gonna fill in the rest of
Yeah.
your beard too,
Uh,
motherfucker.
mine would come in patchy like that. A couple times I tried to grow it when I was younger, and I stopped screwing with it. And then after my second kid was born, I was just like, screw it, I'm gonna let it grow out. And
Yeah.
who gives a shit if it's patchy? I don't go anywhere anymore, anyways.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just
See, I
do the
believe-
mustache. you already got
I did
that
when I
shave.
was younger.
Yeah.
I did the fire. Well, when I worked in chemical plants, you couldn't have.
You couldn't.
You could
yeah,
have a
yeah, I know
mustache.
about that.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah, and it had to be trimmed like a fireman's mustache, so you could wear a respirator or whatever. So I did that for a while when I was younger, and then when I was doing comedy when I was younger, I usually had a goatee
remember that.
or a flavor saver just by itself,
Just the-
a little soul patch.
I had
You
that
know?
little ugly thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. That was terrible.
Yeah, well, we all thought it was cool. Yeah,
Cringe in 2003. Ugh.
Them Philly beards. is
06 for
weird.
me, but
When you cut all this shit off and you just leave the chin strap like this.
I did
thin.
that.
Yeah, I can't. This is all I can grow. My shit don't do nothing yet. So
You don't even
this is-
shave.
I don't even have. I don't even. Yeah, like
just you.
I just get it trimmed down a little bit, but like it doesn't. This don't do shit. And I hate motherfuckers with beards. Not like, but I see y'all just be like, look at these grown ups.
I mean, I wish Billy D hadn't cut his. He had an awesome beard.
His
I
beard
was
was
like,
strong.
man, why'd you cut that, dude?
It was like Black Lincoln.
He
yeah,
looked mean
he
as
did.
hell, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I was like, he cut that shit. I was like, bro.
Dude, no, the
Look
thing
like
that
Birmingham
Billy D-
Lincoln.
The thing that he did that got me was Billy. Billy at one point he had the short little knobby dreads, and I was like, oh shit, Billy's gonna come in, and like they were fucking uniform, like almost like as tight as mine, because Billy doesn't do anything that
Yeah.
is
Half-ass,
not
yeah.
is not meticulous, you know. And then the next time I saw him, he had cut them, but he was back out to like just kind of the wavy fro or whatever, and I was like, man, I thought Billy was gonna come on full on board. Let's go. Let's be the Lock Brothers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From Houston. And I don't know. I never asked him why, but I'm pretty sure he was probably like, I don't like
Bro,
doing
that's
this
so
maintenance shit.
hard
It's
to
a pain in the
maintain.
ass.
Dog,
It is a
lot of
pain
work.
in the ass.
Pain in the ass,
I
bro.
tell people all the time, it's like having a kid on your head.
Yeah.
It's
And
expensive, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not cheap.
100%.
I could have bought 2 cars over the past 16 years.
Oh, okay.
What do you have to? I still don't know. How
Okay,
do you
so-
keep?
What I do is I go
No.
in.
Do you clean your
don't
with the
roll.
powder?
No, you're sounding this lost.
Or the dry spray,
I mean, you know, because my shit. That's how you would sound. Like, I don't get it.
I try to imagine what the day-to-day upkeep is.
So
on, like,
tea tree is a natural disinfectant. I get a natural tea tree oil, and the big thing is you want to get your scalp.
Yeah.
You really want to get your scalp, so nothing gets funky there. Especially when you're working out, you sweat a lot, so you gotta spray the scalp or whatever. But then once a month, after I get them done, 2 weeks later I can go ahead and wash. The washing is great. The drying is a fucking pain in the ass.
you wash it just like regular.
Yeah. Well, not
Oh,
like
God,
wet.
they got to soak
you
up a
gotta
ton
wring
of
it out
water.
like a
Yeah.
fucking towel, and it takes forever.
Do they get
But-
thicker when they like swell up with the water?
No.
Have
'cause
you ever
they're-
fallen
they're-
over?
They're locked in. That is the problem.
Yeah.
They get waterlogged,
Heavy.
and it's 30 pounds. Like, bro, if you move too quick, your neck's fucked up for a week.
Yeah.
You
Sam
in a
don't
neck
slip a
brace
vertebrae.
would have me. You already know I can't do neck braces. I can't do neck braces. If you're out in public with me and somebody got a neck brace, remove me from that place because I am chuckled the fuck out, bro. Bro, that lady in Romania, she had the neck brace on, and I'm like, y'all, I can't do it. I was trying. I'm laughing, and then they had a fire alarm that went off, so we had to evacuate to this
She's
other
walking
space, and she looked like when she looked like when mascots race. You know how when they like trying I was hollering, dog. I was like, I can't do it, dog. Neck braces make me laugh, man. A lady, I remember I worked at the post office. Somebody came in, had a neck brace on. I could not stop laughing. And this lady, Miss Tina, was like, hey, don't do that. That ain't right. Okay, that's not right.
like,
She
I
was
know,
like, she was like, me. I was in. She had to get a full body cast. I started laughing even harder. Imagine her big ass. I'm like, all that material to cast your big ass? She was in one of them ones where, mummy wrapped and shit. Yeah.
This ain't plaster of Paris. This plaster of Oklahoma.
Plaster of France. The whole country.
Dad, I was
Plaster of
like,
Paris, Texas.
Nah, I can't. Yeah, bro. You in a neck brace and then explaining that story. What happened?
Fell over
Kind of
taking
washed
a
my
shower.
dread.
Wash my hair.
I tried my hair too
Well,
quick.
when me and Chris were in Iraq, he had his done before he come.
Iraq.
But it's so dry and dusty and all that shit over
the
there and
best.
hot. And his
Okay.
shit started swelling. His started getting like, as they collected more dust and more, because it's just nonstop.
Why you say that's the best?
By
So-
the
so-
end of the tour, his dreads had shortened about 6 inches, and they were like real fat. And when they try to put the combat helmet on him, his combat helmet was just sitting up here on top of his dread.
They brought an extra
Don't protect
large
us.
out.
And so every time he looked
And
up
they
at
were
you, the
laughing
helmet
so
would go, and
He called it a combat yarmulke. It was just a little, just sat on top like a Lego figure.
I got a 5-minute bit about them trying to get a helmet on my big ass head.
every
They brought
time,
me in first.
every time they tell Chris put that helmet on, he'd be like, "Damn."
When the last time you wore a hat?
2000.
I'm done. I'm fucking. I'm done.
He went into the
I'm
office.
thinking a couple weeks ago. This motherfucker 2000. Like, damn. Where we at?
Can't find a motorcycle helmet. Can't find a military helmet. Can't find
Can't
a
go skydiving
baseball hat.
anymore.
Nothing. That's too big.
Golly, that cranium is big.
Yeah, it's
It's
massive.
big without the hair.
It's big without the locks.
It's an 8.
So you
It's
like an 8 or an 8 or something?
7.58.
7.58.
The last time he measured.
Mine's 7.3/8.
7.58 with
You got
shaved
dome
head.
too, huh?
Yeah, so
No,
My
those are-
kid's head as big as mine.
Mine's a 7.
Yeah,
So-
say, because you always wear hats. Your head is
I've been
like,
shrinking
motherfucker,
it
we
like-
ain't going.
oh, I've been shrinking it like tribal feet. For,
Yeah.
He's been
Yeah,
binding
yeah.
his head for.
Exactly. Your hat-
One day Slade's gonna take his hat off. There's just gonna be this weird little.
Yes, your shit is
screw
like
it on
a
every-
shark in a fish tank. It ain't fucking growing no bigger than this.
when Chris was in Iraq, what he did wrong was he kept it dry. We were in Jordan during fucking Ramadan in July.
we'll be in there during we'll be in the Middle East during Ramadan this
I read about that. I looked it up.
It sucks so bad.
Oh, you
But
can't do
the
that.
Well, we're only gonna be in the Middle East for a little while, like 7 hours.
except Egypt is predominantly Muslim.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and then also the parts of Niger we're going to are also. So basically everywhere we're going
Oh,
is
okay.
predominantly
But
Muslim.
we were at this hotel in Jordan, and it's the desert, and it's so dry, and it's so arid. Because, like, I told you, drying it, even with a hair dryer, it takes over an hour. Well, in Jordan, I'm jumping in the pool and shit, and Slade's like, dude, we got to go somewhere afterwards. And I was like, watch this. I get out, I get in a lawn chair, and I just drape it over the back. 15 minutes. Hair's dry as fuck.
Evaporates. It's like putting them in an oven.
And it looks amazing because it dried the natural way, like with
Yeah.
all that heat
Oh,
and the dry shit.
yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't puff up like Chris. My shit looked better than it did when I fucking got there.
So why
Oh,
did Chris
dude.
puff up? You said you know the
Because
reason why?
he stayed out of the water and he just stayed over there in that dry shit and he had no
Oh, I got-
moisture in
yeah.
his hair whatsoever.
Yeah.
My ass, every day they woke up, they were knocking on my door and they were like, he's not in there. Look out the window. Oh, there he is, right by the goddamn pool with a pina colada.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I'm keeping
Yeah.
my hair wet.
Yeah. Every fucking day. Because I don't get to do it often. And then I was like, it's so dry there. Oh, I can swim every fucking day now. I got a
Nice.
big kick out because when these get waterlogged, like, you know when you jump in the pool with jeans on, you can't swim? I took a running start, jumped in the pool, head first, went in, and this,
His little
It
feet
just
just floated
stopped.
to the top.
yeah.
His little head just stuck to the bottom
These
of the pool.
motherfuckers on the side, I could hear them laughing at me
Before
underwater.
you come up,
Underwater, I hear them.
happened?
His big ass head
It
filled up
stops.
with water and he went straight down.
he's a waterhead.
It's like a drag shoe.
Yeah, damn.
Underwater
you should
parachute.
Get locks.
Ooh.
I'd love to see Jerry.
Oh, that'd be
That'd be a lot of
fucking
hair.
Hagrid, like a
Jerry
motherfucker.
Wayne long locks.
Jerry Wayne
Long locks.
I don't know. Every time I see white people with them, they stink. I don't want that.
Oh yeah, don't do that. You
Don't be that guy.
yeah, don't be that guy. You just
Break
gotta
the
keep it
paradigm,
clean.
Jerry.
Yeah,
You can be the
Don't do
one.
that.
some Viking shit.
You think you
How long you think
you-
it'll take you?
My shit grows pretty fast. I'm probably gonna let it grow again. If we get back, I'm gonna cut it one more time before we go to Africa, and I'm gonna let it grow. After
I
that.
think you should get it
And,
dreaded before we go.
What if you try? Yeah, just try.
Well, there ain't
it out.
enough there to dread right now, bro.
No. Somebody can grip that little bitch.
You should get dreaded in Africa. They will prove you wrong.
Get your shit locked out there.
Come on. I bet we can find somebody.
Man, that'd be nice. Your
Oh.
kids
The
would
white
love
boy
it.
wants dreads. They will fucking make it.
Yes.
It'll cost you like $3.
They
might
just
know
give me
somebody.
somebody else's and attach them.
I might know somebody in Djibouti. We'll get this
Your
guy.
kids would love it.
That's a funny statement.
I might know somebody.
What
who
do you
can
think
do
Rachel
your
say?
hair in Japan.
Oh, she'd probably just laugh at
She
it.
probably just laugh.
Yeah, and then accuse me of cultural appropriation.
Not
Yeah.
off the table. Oh yeah, your kids would hate you.
Yeah. Like that. Why?
We gotta get out of here. God, does that mean our April episodes are already done?
Yeah, buddy.
Damn.
We're off for April.
I guess we will not convene again until May, somewhere around Cinco de Mayo. There's all kinds of cool projects and things to keep up with. I'll have a Kickstarter running in May. We'll talk about that on the next episode. You got your hand up. Where are you going to be?
Cinco de Mayo is my 22-year anniversary, and I am 44 years old. Cinco de Mayo this year, I will have been doing this shit for half
of
my
your life.
fucking life.
Man.
I was with Ralphie when he celebrated his half-life.
Yeah? That's, I just...
We had a good time. He was really, it was like something that was really, I think he was 36 when he turned 36. And he'd been doing it since he was 18. And he was like, it's really wild to
Mine's,
go shit. Oh, my God.
My half-life and my 23rd will be, I believe, while we're in the Middle East. Or while we're over there. My 23rd anniversary is like April 12th. So, yeah, that'll be my
Well, I mean, I hope y'all are around for mine.
half-life.
I hope I'm not.
I'm 7 years in.
Yeah, but you're 14.
All right, so we're right.
I'm going to tell you, based on the conversations I've been having with my doctor, the odds aren't good, Trey.
Okay.
Unless
Will
I
you
cut some more
celebrate your
salt.
half-life? My daughter will be opening for you.
Yeah, right.
Chicken, thanks for everything on the backside of things. Always keeping it going. Chicken's going to be back in the studio for some Slade Ham experiment stuff. You can always check that out on my YouTube, but most importantly, subscribe to this YouTube. It's all things Whiskey Brothers, clips, full episodes, comedy specials, comedy clips, everything us under one roof at the Whiskey Brothers on YouTube. I'm Slade Ham. That's Jerry Wayne Longmire. That's Trey Tutson. That's Sam Damaris. That's Chicken. And that's you guys. Cheers. We'll see you on another episode.
I believe in good whiskey.